I recommend you grab a tissue because things are about to get a little messy. Short positions on Bitcoin are at risk of pushing Bitcoin even higher than anyone could ever imagine. An executive order to allow Bitcoin and crypto investments in 401k and retirement savings is also insanely massive. And let's just say even altcoins are about to join the fun. With Bitcoin right now already sitting right below the 21-day moving average after falling below it back at the very end of July, here we are about a week later, already potentially trying for a mega move as well. The RSI and MACD both signaling, even on the short term, that momentum is likely actually to swing up here, all while Bitcoin specifically continues to just print. As the M2 money supply has been going parabolic for the past few months, it's likely Bitcoin as well is about to continue going parabolic up to minimum 140, 150. $150,000 per Bitcoin. And specifically, we are seeing over $18 billion in Bitcoin shorts that are at risk of getting liquidated if Bitcoin reaches $125,000 per coin. A lot of people have been betting that, in fact, we are going to dump. But in fact, what if we liquidate the dumpers and we pump the pumpers? We also see Bitcoin open interest surges to about 80 billion. Something potentially big is going on. Is this good or bad? Well, let's just say it's big. And specifically as well, Trump is going to sign an executive order to allow Bitcoin and crypto investments in 401ks. Almost, just shy of $9 trillion are in 401k retirement accounts in the US. That's a large amount of money. I don't know, like 4 or 5 times as much as the entire crypto market in general? That's a lot, right? As Satoshi Flipper says on X, are you kidding me? Do you know how much money is sitting in 401k plans? According to him, over 12 trillion. That's quite large. This alone should send Bitcoin to about 200K and ETH to 20K. I think it's going to be big. It's not going to be that big yet, in my opinion, but it's going to be quite big. Now, as well, where are we in the cycle? So personally, I think that we are on that last wave up before euphoria. And I want to talk about this, though, because as you can see, posted on X by Gel, that the previous Bitcoin bull markets both lasted about 1,000 days. And if it happens again, the end game is about to start. We have about 10 weeks left until we hit that roughly 1,064 days. Are we going to see a top in October? Well, history would tell us yes, but this time has been much different than any other bull run so far. This is a very good point. Nothing would wreck more people than if 2026 ends up being way more bullish than 2025. Bitcoin was very bullish in 2025, but altcoins were not. So it's one of those things where I think that, if something like this happened, a lot of people would get wrecked. It would be a lot of maximum pain, especially for people that have been invested in this market for years, right? That think that, it's guaranteed Bitcoin's going to top out exactly around the same time frame as it has the last few cycles. But maximum pain would be, and I'm not making the case that it's guaranteed, but I think it's a possibility. Maximum pain would be that even the OGs, even people that have been in for like 2 or 3 cycles or something, even they got it wrong and the market just keeps pumping or something. However, again, that's something we do hear every cycle, so be cautious for sure. But so far this cycle has been fundamentally different and technically different. This is the very first bull run where Bitcoin hit a new all-time high before the halving. And there have been some other differences. Now we have Bitcoin spot ETF, so this is fundamentally a different market. We're also seeing that popular convenience store Sheetz is now accepting Bitcoin and offers 50% off if you pay with crypto. Just continuation in real world adoption. I don't see this stopping in fact, I see it accelerating anytime soon. As we're also on support for Bitcoin that goes all the way back to about April. Another retest before a mega bounce, very likely in my opinion. And, don't be one of these people where it's about 115, 116,000 right now. Don't be one of those people that starts texting everyone and asking if now's a good time to buy in when it pumps a lot. When nobody's interested, which surprisingly a lot of people are still not interested right now, this is when you want to be investing, right? When things are not as euphoric. Once we see euphoria and people flipping out about Bitcoin going up, that is not usually the best time to buy, right? But also altcoins have just hit a golden cross. Last time this happened, alt skyrocketed over 5,000% in 2 months. And we also see, you can see a golden cross here and here. And we also see the same chart pretty much with a local all-time high coming after that. But pretty much every time it appears, alts see a massive pump. And YMRNX actually saying that he believes the altcoin market cap will hit 15 trillion. Currently, the entire crypto market cap is not anywhere near 15 trillion. Bitcoin itself is only what, like 1 or 2 trillion. And as well, obviously, this is very likely we're about to see this next month. But once we see the rates get cut again, Bitcoin altcoins will go up. So we're waiting for that. Additionally, when Wall Street is 10% Bitcoin, Bitcoin will be worth $1 million per coin. And not only do I think Wall Street is going to be 10%, I think it's going to be much more than 10%. Especially once they see what Strategy and Michael Saylor have accomplished and what they're doing by simply using Bitcoin as a store of value, and by putting it on their balance sheets and becoming a Bitcoin treasury company, basically. It already is catching on, but it's going to accelerate. And this is another very big truth that many people know and some people deny, and they don't want it to be true. But I mean, all of this money will soon be worth, just fractions of a Bitcoin, considering how quickly the US dollar and fiat currencies in general are getting devalued compared to something that has a limited supply. Truly, this is not the time to not be invested. But you're still somewhat early, relatively. Bitcoin is nowhere near $1 million yet. Actually, it is 1/10 of $1 million. But quickly, we're going to be looking at $1 million as, maybe 0.5 of a Bitcoin is $1 million. Maybe 0.3 of a Bitcoin is $1 million. In the next 5 or so years, right? Crazy. It's crazy realistic, in my opinion. A lot of people were saying this could never happen in regards to Bitcoin years and years ago. And then all these things started happening. Now Bitcoin's $100,000. People said it would never happen. People said there would never be Bitcoin spot ETFs. These people have been proven wrong over and over and over and over again. Follow the facts and follow reality. Don't live in a bubble. Understand what's actually happening here. This is the entire altcoin market. This is Bitcoin dominance, still just sitting right on the edge there. But specifically, Bitcoin's daily chart. Again, we're super close to actually getting above the 21-day, between 112,000 and 117,000. Once we get back above 117, you can see there's a lot of resistance right about here, or a lot of support was here for a couple of weeks. That could be turning into resistance as we're kind of coming right up to it. So, but right at about 125K, which is right here at new all-time highs, a lot of short positions have built up. So if Bitcoin is able to come up here and smash through that, it's actually going to push it way higher than that because the shorts will get liquidated. There's a lot of short positions there. And in regards to the weekly chart, I mean, as well, we can take a look. Obviously, the MACD curving over to be bullish. Same thing. We just got a bullish cross on the RSI. Looks good to me. Weekly chart as well looks very strong. The stock market is down a little bit today, but I mean, the NASDAQ's up. So S&P is down. Actually, S&P is basically flat. It's down at the second 0.09%, so not even 0.1%. But as well, I mean, look at ETH, which is so important if you care about altcoins. ETH is only about, 20% move away from hitting new all-time high, which is good for altcoins considering alts have been so bad, so underperforming that really, basically being up here again, which you were only at a few other times in the last few years, is very bullish for altcoins in general. ETH tends to lead altcoins, so we kind of want to watch for that first. But ultimately, things are looking pretty big, and I guess to sum it up, I'm kind of bullish. And get set up with FEMX, BITUNIX, or BYBIT below if you know why Bitcoin altcoins are trade. Without any further ado, no?